You're exhausted. Exhausted from planning, exhausted from controlling, exhausted from trying to force every door open with your bare hands. And still, the life you want feels just out of reach. What if I told you that your exhaustion is the problem, not the solution? You wake up at 3 in the morning with your mind racing. How will I get there? What's the next step? What if I fail? What if I choose wrong? Your body is tired, but your mind won't stop. It keeps churning, keeps calculating, keeps trying to figure out the impossible mathematics of your future. This is where you are right now. And you've been here for so long, you think this is normal. You think this is what it means to be responsible, to be mature, to be serious about your goals. But let me share something with you, something that will change everything if you truly hear it. The universe has a plan for you that's far greater than anything your limited mind can conceive. And your job isn't to figure out how that plan unfolds. Your job is to get clear on what you want, align yourself with it, and then step back and let the orchestration happen. You don't believe me yet. I can feel your resistance. Because you've been taught that success requires struggle. That if you're not sweating and stressing and strategizing every moment, you're being lazy. You're not trying hard enough. So you keep pushing, keep forcing, keep trying to manipulate reality into matching your plans. And every time life doesn't cooperate, you push harder. You work longer hours, you make more lists, you attend more seminars, you read more books about productivity and time management and goal setting, and you're still exhausted. Here's what's actually happening. You're operating from a place of deep distrust. You don't trust that you're worthy of receiving what you desire. You don't trust that the universe is friendly. You don't trust that there's an intelligence far greater than your own that's orchestrating everything. So you compensate with control. If you can just figure out the how, if you can just map out every step, if you can just anticipate every obstacle, then maybe, just maybe, you'll be safe. You'll succeed. You'll finally get what you want. But that's not how it works. That's never been how it works. Think about every significant thing that's ever happened in your life. The relationship that changed everything, the opportunity that came out of nowhere, the conversation that shifted your entire trajectory. Did you plan those? Did you strategize them into existence? No. They showed up. They appeared through channels you never could have predicted, through people you hadn't met yet, through circumstances you couldn't have orchestrated if you tried. Your rational mind wants to argue with this. It wants to tell you that you need to be practical, that you can't just sit around waiting for magic to happen, that the world doesn't work that way. And you're right, the world doesn't work that way, but the universe does. There's a difference between taking action and trying to control outcomes. There's a difference between being intentional and being obsessive. There's a difference between doing your part and trying to do everyone's part, including the universe's. You've been trying to do the universe's job, and you're failing at it, because it's not your job. It never was. Let me be clear about something. This isn't about sitting on your couch and visualizing $1 million appearing in your bank account. This isn't about positive thinking as a substitute for action. This isn't New Age fantasy. This is about understanding your role in the creative process. And your role is critical, but it's not what you think it is. Your role is to get clear on your intention, crystal clear. Not the fuzzy, half-hearted, it would be nice if kind of wanting, the deep soul level knowing of what you're here to experience and express and become. Once you have that clarity, your role is to align yourself with it, to become the vibrational match for what you desire, to embody the energy of it, to live as if it's already true. And then, here's the part that trips everyone up, you have to release the how. You have to surrender the need to know exactly how it's going to unfold. You have to trust that the universe has access to infinite possibilities that your finite mind cannot comprehend. This is where you're stuck right now. You've got the clarity, at least partially. You know what you want, but you refuse to release the how. You're strangling your dreams with your need to control the delivery system. You want the relationship, but you've decided it has to come through a dating app or through your friend's introduction or through that person at work. You've limited the universe to 3 channels. And when those 3 don't work out exactly as you planned, you decide the universe isn't responding. You decide you need to try harder, control more. You want the money, but you've decided it has to come through your current job or through this one business idea or through this specific investment. You've put the infinite universe in a tiny box labeled, this is the only acceptable way. And then you wonder why you feel blocked, why nothing's moving, why despite all your effort and planning and strategizing, you're still in the same place. The block isn't out there. The block is your insistence on dictating terms to the universe. Listen to me carefully. The universe has resources you know nothing about. It has connections you haven't made yet. It has opportunities you can't see from where you're standing. It has timing that's perfect even when it doesn't match your timeline. But you can't access any of that while you're clutching your plan like it's a life raft. While you're convinced that your way is the only way. You're arguing with me right now. In your mind, you're listing all the reasons why you have to stay in control, why you have to know the how, why you can't just trust. You're thinking about your bills, your responsibilities, your age, your circumstances. You're thinking this is fine for other people, but your situation is different, special, more complicated. And that's exactly the thinking that keeps you trapped. Every person who's ever done anything significant has had to make this leap. They've had to release their grip on the how. They've had to trust something bigger than their own ability to figure things out. This doesn't mean they didn't work. It doesn't mean they didn't take action. It means they took inspired action instead of desperate action. They moved when they felt called to move, not when they thought they should move. They stayed open to opportunities that didn't match their plan. They said yes to things that didn't make logical sense but felt right. And that's when the magic happened. That's when the synchronicity started showing up. That's when the right people appeared at the right time. That's when doors opened that they didn't even know existed. But you won't experience any of that if you keep insisting on being the architect, the contractor, and the construction crew for your life. You'll just keep exhausting yourself trying to build with the limited materials you can see from your current vantage point. Here's what happens when you operate this way. When you refuse to let the universe handle the how, first you create massive resistance in your own energy field. You're literally pushing against the flow of life. You're swimming upstream. And then you're confused about why everything feels so hard, why you're so tired, why nothing's working despite all your effort. Second, you miss the actual opportunities that are showing up. Because they don't match your plan, you dismiss them. You're so focused on door number 3 that you don't see door number 7 opening right beside you. You're so committed to your how that you reject the universe's how. Third, you develop a relationship with life based on fear and scarcity. Every decision becomes heavy. Every choice feels like life or death. Because if you choose wrong, if you miss a step in your carefully constructed plan, everything will fall apart. So you freeze. Or you force. Neither works. Fourth, you disconnect from your intuition. That gentle inner guidance that's trying to point you toward your highest good. You can't hear it anymore because your mind is too loud, your fear is too noisy, your need to control is drowning out everything else. And fifth, you create a life that even if it succeeds by external standards, feels empty. Because it's built on force instead of flow, on manipulation instead of alignment. On your limited vision, instead of the universe's unlimited possibilities. You can feel this, can't you? You can feel the truth of it in your body because you're living it right now. You're trying to control someone else's behavior to make your relationship work. Trying to force a timeline that isn't in harmony with reality. Trying to manipulate circumstances to match your picture of how things should be. And it's not working. It's never worked, but you keep doing it because you don't know what else to do. The idea of releasing control feels like giving up, like being irresponsible, like failure. But it's the opposite. Releasing the need to control the how is the most powerful thing you can do. It's the ultimate act of faith. Not blind faith, intelligent faith. Faith based on understanding how the universe actually operates. The universe is not random, it's not chaotic, it's not indifferent to you. It's responsive, it's intelligent. It's always moving toward expansion, growth, and the highest good for all involved. But it can't deliver that highest good to you if you're blocking the delivery with your insistence on a specific route. Think about it this way. You order something online. You know what you ordered. You know it's coming. But do you stand at your door obsessing about which delivery truck will bring it? Which driver will carry it? Which route they'll take to your house? No. You trust the system, you go about your life, and when it arrives, you receive it. You don't need to know the how. You just need to know it's coming. That's the energy I'm inviting you into. Order what you want from the universe, be clear about it, be specific, and then trust the delivery system. Trust that it's making its way to you through the perfect channels at the perfect time. But you can't do this if you're attached to outcomes. If you're white-knuckling your timeline, if you're demanding that it show up exactly as you've pictured it, or you'll deem yourself a failure. Attachment is the killer of dreams, not desire. Desire is beautiful. Desire is the universe speaking through you, showing you what's possible, calling you toward your next evolution. But attachment takes that beautiful desire and smothers it with fear, with neediness, with the energy of I must have this or I can't be happy. I must have this or I'm not enough. I must have this in exactly this way or it doesn't count. And that energy repels the very thing you desire. Because attachment is based on lack, on the belief that you're incomplete without this thing. And the universe responds to your energetic state, not your words. If you're vibrating lack, you get more lack. If you're vibrating desperation, you get more situations that make you desperate. If you're vibrating distrust, you get more evidence that life can't be trusted. This is why letting the universe handle the how is so important. Because when you release the how, you also release the attachment. You're saying, I know what I want. I'm clear on my intention. But I'm open to receiving it in whatever form serves my highest good. I'm open to the universe's version, which might be even better than what I imagined. That's freedom. That's power. That's alignment. And from that place, everything shifts. Your energy shifts, your action shifts, your entire experience of life shifts. You start noticing things you couldn't see before. Opportunities, synchronicities, people who can help you, information that's relevant. All of it was always there, but you couldn't perceive it because you were too busy trying to force your plan. Now you're in flow. Now you're co-creating with the universe instead of fighting against it. Now you take action because you feel inspired, not because you're afraid of what will happen if you don't. And here's what's beautiful. The results that come from this place are always better than what you could have planned. Always. Because they're sourced from infinite intelligence instead of your finite understanding. You look back 6 months later, a year later, and you see how perfectly everything unfolded. How the timing that frustrated you was actually protecting you from something that wouldn't have served you. How the delay that made you anxious was actually aligning you with an even better opportunity. How the no that disappointed you was actually redirecting you toward your yes. But you only see this in hindsight. While you're in it, you have to trust, you have to let go. You have to let the universe handle the how. This is not easy. I'm not suggesting it is. You've spent your entire life being conditioned to believe that control equals safety, that figuring everything out equals success, that if you're not anxious about the future, you're not being realistic. Undoing that conditioning takes courage. It takes commitment. It takes daily practice. You'll have moments where you slip back into control mode, where you start obsessing about the how again, where you make lists and plans and strategies born from fear instead of inspiration. That's okay. Notice it. Don't judge yourself for it. Just gently redirect. Come back to your intention. Come back to trust. Come back to the knowing that the universe has this handled. Ask yourself, am I taking this action from fear or from inspiration? Am I forcing or am I flowing? Am I attached to a specific outcome or am I open to something even better? These questions will recalibrate you. They'll bring you back to alignment. They'll remind you that your job is not to control the how. Your job is to stay connected to your intention, to maintain your alignment, to follow your inner guidance, and to take inspired action when it feels right. The universe's job is everything else. The orchestration, the timing, the delivery system, the perfect unfolding of circumstances that you couldn't have arranged if you tried. Let me tell you what happens in your relationships when you apply this principle. When you let the universe handle the how. You stop trying to change people. You stop manipulating situations to get the response you want. You stop playing games and using strategies to make someone love you or commit to you or see your worth. Instead, you get clear on what you truly desire in a relationship. Not just surface things like tall, successful, funny, deeper things, the energy you want to share with someone. The kind of partnership you want to create. The way you want to feel when you're together. And then you embody that energy yourself. You become the vibrational match for the relationship you desire. You treat yourself the way you want to be treated. You create the life you want to share with someone, and you release the how. You stop deciding that it has to be this person or that person. You stop forcing connections that aren't flowing naturally. You stop settling because you're afraid the universe won't deliver. You trust that the right person is being drawn to you, that the universe is arranging circumstances to bring you together at the perfect time, that you don't need to manipulate or control or force anything. And from that energy of trust and alignment, the right relationship shows up. Maybe not on your timeline, maybe not looking exactly like you pictured, but aligned with your true desire in ways that exceed what you could have planned. The same principle applies to your career, your health, your finances, every area of your life. You're trying to control your career by staying in a job you hate because it's safe and you can't see the path to what you really want to do. You're blocking the universe from delivering opportunities because you've decided there's only one acceptable way forward. Let go of the how. Get clear on what kind of work lights you up, what you want to contribute, how you want to spend your days, and then trust that the universe will create a path for you. Take steps when you feel inspired. Say yes to opportunities that feel right, even if they don't make logical sense. You're trying to control your health by obsessing about every calorie, every workout, every supplement, and you're stressed out of your mind. You've forgotten that your body is an intelligent system that knows how to heal itself when you create the right conditions. Let go of the obsessive control. Get clear on how you want to feel in your body. And then trust your body's wisdom. Eat when you're hungry. Move in ways that feel good. Rest when you need rest. Let the universe, which created your magnificent body, handle the how of bringing you back into balance. You're trying to control your money by gripping it so tight that you can't breathe. You're making decisions from scarcity. You're afraid to invest in yourself or give to others because you're convinced there's not enough. Let go of scarcity thinking. Get clear on your intention for financial abundance. Not just a number in your bank account, but what that abundance allows you to do, experience, and contribute. And then trust that the universe has infinite ways to bring money to you. Ways you can't see yet, ways that don't exist in your current reality. In every area of your life, you're exhausting yourself trying to control the how. And in every area of your life, that control is blocking your good. The invitation is simple. Not easy, but simple. Let go. Trust. Allow. Get clear on your intention. Align yourself with it. Take inspired action. And then step back and watch the universe orchestrate the details in ways that will absolutely astound you. You want proof. I understand. You want me to guarantee that if you let go, everything will work out exactly as you want it. I can't give you that guarantee. Because sometimes what you want isn't what serves your highest good. Sometimes the universe has something better in mind. Sometimes the path to what you truly desire requires you to go through experiences you wouldn't choose but desperately need for your growth. What I can tell you is this: when you let the universe handle the how, you will always end up exactly where you need to be. You will always receive what's in alignment with your highest good. You will always be supported, guided, and provided for. But that requires a level of trust that most people aren't willing to develop. It requires you to believe that the universe is for you, not against you. That life is happening for you, not to you. That there's a benevolent intelligence orchestrating everything, even when it doesn't look that way from your limited perspective. This is the spiritual maturity that changes everything. This is the shift from victimhood to empowerment, from struggle to flow, from exhaustion to ease. And it starts with the simple decision to let the universe handle the how. Right now, make a list in your mind of everything you're trying to control. Every situation where you're exhausting yourself trying to figure out the how. Feel the weight of that. Feel how heavy it is to carry all of that responsibility, to believe that everything depends on you figuring it out. Now imagine setting that burden down. Imagine saying to the universe, I'm clear on what I want. I'm going to do my part by staying aligned and taking inspired action. But I'm releasing the need to control how it unfolds. I trust you to handle the details. Feel the relief of that. Feel the lightness. Feel the space that opens up when you're not carrying the entire universe on your shoulders. That space is where creativity lives, where joy lives, where inspiration lives, where your best ideas come from, where your true power resides. You can't access any of that while you're in control mode, while you're gripping and forcing and manipulating. You're too contracted, too tight, too closed off. But when you let go, when you trust, when you allow the universe to handle the how, you open, you expand, you become a clear channel for all the good that's trying to reach you. This is the secret that every person who's created something meaningful has discovered. At some point, they had to let go, they had to trust. They had to surrender their need to control the outcome and just focus on being the best vessel they could be for whatever wanted to come through them. The artist doesn't know exactly what the painting will look like when it's finished. They start with an intention, a feeling, an inspiration, and then they let it unfold. They respond to what's emerging. They trust the creative process. The entrepreneur doesn't know every step of building a successful business before they start. They have a vision, a mission, a desire to solve a problem, and then they take the next right action, and the next, and the next. They let the business evolve. They stay open to pivots and changes and opportunities they couldn't have predicted. The healer doesn't know exactly how each person will heal. They hold the intention for healing. They create the space for it. They do their part. And then they trust that each person's inner wisdom and the universe's intelligence will handle the rest. This is how everything of value is created. Not through controlling the how, through surrendering to the flow, through trusting the process, through doing your part and letting the universe do its part. You've been trying to do both parts, and you're failing at the universe's part because you're not equipped for it. You don't have the universe's perspective. You can't see all the variables. You don't know what everyone else is choosing and creating and how it all intersects. That's not your job. That's never been your job. Your job is to know what you want, to align with it, to become it before you see it, to take action when inspired, to stay open, to trust. That's it. That's your entire job. And it's enough. It's more than enough. When you do those things, the universe moves mountains to bring you what you desire. It rearranges circumstances. It inspires other people to act in ways that serve your highest good. It creates synchronicities that defy explanation. But you block all of that when you insist on controlling the how. When you grip so tight that nothing can flow to you. When you're so busy forcing your plan that you miss the universe's delivery. I'm asking you to try something different. For the next 30 days, practice letting go. Practice trusting. Practice releasing your grip on the how. Choose one area of your life. Maybe it's your relationships, maybe it's your career, maybe it's your health or your finances. Just one area. Get crystal clear on your intention for that area. Write it down. Not what you think is realistic or what you think you can control. What you truly desire. What lights you up. What would represent your highest expression in that area. Then, every day, align yourself with that intention. Act as if it's already true. Embody the energy of it. Make choices from that place. Speak from that place. Think from that place. And every time you notice yourself trying to control the how, trying to force a specific path, trying to manipulate circumstances, just stop, breathe, and say, I trust the universe to handle the how. My job is to stay aligned. Do this for 30 days and watch what happens. Watch how your energy shifts. Watch what starts showing up. Watch how doors open that you didn't even know existed. You'll probably still have moments of fear, moments where you want to grab back control. That's normal. That's human. Just notice it. Don't judge it. And gently redirect yourself back to trust. This is a practice, not a one-time decision. A daily, moment-by-moment practice of choosing trust over control, flow over force, alignment over manipulation. And the more you practice it, the easier it gets, the more evidence you accumulate that the universe really does have your back, that life really is working in your favor, that you really can trust the process. Until one day you realize you're not exhausted anymore, you're not anxious about the future. You're not obsessing about how everything will work out. You're just living, fully present, fully aligned, fully trusting. You're taking action when inspired. You're enjoying the journey. You're open to surprises. You're grateful for everything, even the things that don't match your plan. because you trust they're serving your highest good in ways you'll understand later. That's freedom. Real freedom. Not the freedom to control everything. The freedom that comes from realizing you don't need to control everything. That there's a power and intelligence far greater than you orchestrating everything perfectly. And your only job is to align with it, to trust it, to let it work through you and for you. This is what I mean when I say, let the universe handle the how. Stop exhausting yourself trying to figure out every step. Stop forcing doors that aren't opening. Stop manipulating people and circumstances to match your plan. Get clear on what you want. Align yourself with it. Take inspired action. And then trust. Trust with everything you have. Trust even when you can't see the path. Trust even when it doesn't make sense. Trust even when everyone around you thinks you're crazy for not having a backup plan. Trust that the universe loves you, that it wants you to succeed, that it has resources and possibilities you can't imagine, that it's always working for your highest good. And watch your life transform. Watch opportunities appear from nowhere. Watch the right people show up at the right time. Watch circumstances align in ways that seem miraculous but are actually just the natural result of you getting out of your own way and letting the universe do what it does best. Create, orchestrate, deliver. Your dreams are not just possible, they're inevitable when you align with them and let the universe handle the how. So stop fighting, stop forcing, stop controlling. Trust, allow, receive. The universe is waiting to deliver everything you've ever desired, but it can't get it to you while you're blocking the path with your need to know exactly how it will arrive. You've spent so much time preparing for a future that hasn't arrived yet. Planning for contingencies, building walls to protect yourself from outcomes you're afraid of. And in doing all of that, you've forgotten to live right now. You've forgotten that this moment is all you have. This breath, this choice, this opportunity to align or resist. The how will reveal itself, step by step, piece by piece, not all at once, not on your schedule, but exactly when you need it, exactly when you're ready to receive it. Your anxiety about the future is just your ego trying to maintain control. It thinks if it can just figure everything out in advance, you'll be safe. But safety doesn't come from controlling the future. Safety comes from trusting yourself to handle whatever arises. From knowing that the universe is supporting you. From understanding that you're never alone in this. Every moment you spend worrying about the how is a moment you're not present to the now. And the now is where all your power lives. The now is where inspiration strikes, where intuition speaks, where the universe delivers its next instruction. You are not separate from the universe. You are not working against some external force that needs to be convinced to help you. You are part of it, an extension of it, a unique expression of the same intelligence that creates galaxies and grows trees and beats your heart without you having to think about it. That same intelligence knows how to manifest your desires. Trust it. The way you trust your heart to beat, the way you trust your lungs to breathe. With that same natural, effortless certainty, let go. Not just once, every day, every hour, every time you feel that familiar grip of anxiety trying to take hold, and let the magic begin.